Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. You'll see this face, you'll hear this voice, you'll know it's Saturday morning. It is 8 a.m. and it is time for a solid Saturday. Did you do your morning declaration? Today is a great day because we serve a great God. Did you do it? Did you do it? You still got time. You still got time. You still got time. So, good morning, good morning, good morning. I am all over the place, so just give me like 12 seconds. I'm training, I'm excited, I'm I'm writing two papers in my mind while I'm sitting here, so just bear with me about 3 more seconds. I think I did all right, so here we go. Okay, so again, good morning, good morning, good morning. Kingdom blessings, everyone. I gotta calm down. My insides are like this. I gotta calm down. All right, we good, we good, we good, we good. Right? Yep, I think we are. I think we are. Again, so good morning, good morning, good morning, Rufus, good morning, Shaka. Right? Kingdom blessings, everyone. I am your host, CHERISE Stevenson, your life strategist, and welcome to Solid Saturday. This is year 3, y'all. We've been here for 3 years. This is season 5, and our theme for this season is when you believe, you become. Right? So, can I see? Yes. Yes, I can see you. So, fam, I can see you. Okay. So, Solid Saturday is a platform of growth and encouragement that was birthed through the third installment of Unnamed and Unwanted the trilogy. I Know Who I Am. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? Most importantly, can you see my name on the bottom of the book? That means I wrote it. Right? Unnamed and Unwanted, I Know Who I Am, the process to positivity. It is not the only process, but it is a process on our way towards our bigger, better, greater. We use this moment as a mirror, not to look at ourselves, but to look within ourselves through our weekly readings of aspirations, which are positive quotes, inspirations, which are positive scriptures, and our affirmations, which are the positivity that we speak over ourselves and into one another, right? This here, these 59 minutes, these 45 minutes, however you want to look at it, this here is a platform where we challenge you to make a choice to change, right? So, and always remember that what you see is what you get, and what you hear is exactly what you heard. Uh, I see me on Facebook. Why you don't see me on Facebook, Erica? See, it's always something. It's always something. Erica, I see me. See, this is why. Erica, are you sure? Because I see me. You see me looking at you, looking at me, looking at you. Yep, I'm public. I'm done. I did everything. Why are we? Okay, keep going. I'll find out what's going on. Okay. It says that I'm live. Maybe it's on your end. Because, see, here we go. See, I'm on Erica. Okay. All right, she told me to keep going, so I'm gonna keep going. That's why we came. You can't see me either, DT, on Facebook? What is the problem? I'm public on Facebook. I don't understand. I just checked. I'm not understanding what's. I'm sorry. I don't want to. I'm gonna try to keep going. I don't like when it's always something. I'm gonna try to keep going. Now I'm bothered, but I'm not gonna cancel. But I am bothered. But so again, sorry for the technical difficulty for those of you who are on Facebook Live. I hopefully no one else is having a problem because I'm live on Facebook Live, so I'm gonna keep going though because it's still recording. So again, we're back in the swing of things. We're back on. Sorry, viewers. This is what happens. We're live. I just said what you see is what you get, and what you hear is exactly what you heard. You know, we make it look simple, make it look easy, but it's really not. It's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. And I share so you can learn and you can understand why when I say I need a team, I need help, I need support, this is why. So nevertheless, again, thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here with us. Today is 4th Saturday, so you already know what's about to go down. Let me just do my announcements, and we are going to push through. Right. Last week, I did all my September birthdays and acknowledgments. I left off a beautiful young lady by accident by the name of Destiny Murray. I believe she turned 25. And she is very near and dear to me. Her life story, her life is absolutely commendable, applaudable. It's a worth mention. I'm so proud of her. She is the epitome of faith, and I just want to take time out to publicly acknowledge her. I don't know if she'll ever see this platform or her mom. Her mom sometimes show up, but even if her mom don't show up, I just want to publicly announce her birthday on today. I also want to celebrate my nanny. Good morning, Divine Destiny Cathedral, Bishop and First Lady Jones, and my name and my dad. Hold on one second. You're not going to believe this, but somebody is really knocking at my door. I'm going to be right back. That really did just happen. That really did just happen. Knocking on my door. Wrong door. I don't know. Let me hurry up because this got to be all about Jamel. This got to be all about Jamel because I've been doing this platform for 3 years and nobody's ever came and knocked on my goddamn door at 8 o'clock in the morning. All right, let me hurry up and do what I got to do. I couldn't believe. Did you just celebrating my nanny? We got news this week that she is officially cancer free. If it was Jehovah's Witness. No, if it was and they came all the way up to the 8th floor, I'm gonna go ahead and join them if it was Jehovah's Witness, but it was it wasn't. There was somebody looking for somebody else. They knocked on the wrong door. we got news, I believe Wednesday, that she is officially cancer-free, and I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to talk about it some more. So I just want to celebrate my nanny. She's another woman of faith. She just pushed through, and she is cancer-free from breast cancer. And we're gonna talk about her some more. Her birthday is next month. So, and she's turning 70. And I'm gonna turn up the whole month of October. So I just wanted to just shout her out and send her some love and celebrate her. Mwah. My heart is just full of love and joy and celebration for her. Next, I just want us to continue to pray about this hurricane. I don't know if it's Helene. That's how they're pronouncing it, Helene. North Carolina, Florida, Georgia. Check on your people. Some are okay, some are not. We're definitely praying for them. We're definitely praying for them. We, as you can see, we are under construction. When I say we, I mean Solace Saturday. We are under construction. Those of you who were following the Solace Saturday page, there is no more Solace Saturday page. I cannot go live from Solace Saturday page. Facebook said it wasn't enough followers, wasn't enough viewing, so they don't allow me to go live. So when I go live, we're only live on Facebook and YouTube, which is why I don't understand why we're not live here. So, good morning, Monique. Good morning, Monique. No, I'm not all right, Monique. Somebody was knocking on my door early in the morning. They've never done that in 3 years in my podcast. I'm like, what is the problem? But anyway, I'm good. Monique, are you on Facebook? We're having a problem with Facebook going live. You're texting me. I need you to put it in the comments so I know that Facebook is still going live. Because I'm live on my end, but other people aren't, and I'm trying to figure it out. Okay? So, we're under construction like I hear. And we're going to push through. We're just going to push through. This probably will be the most weird session of Solace Saturday. But nevertheless, I'm still here. Right? So just bear with us. I still need volunteers on my team. As you can see, Solace Saturday, my team needs a team that needs a team, because everybody's expanding, everybody's growing. People are parents, they got kids, they are launching out in their own businesses. So we're growing. I do have some people in the background, but I need more. All right. So inbox me. Come on, Erica. We may be delayed, but not denied. Thank God for YouTube, because the people are really watching on YouTube. I love y'all. I love y'all so much. But lastly, I don't get too involved on this platform with religious stuff and political stuff. But I'm just gonna say this really, really quick. Blue, the color blue. Blue looks good on you. See this blue bottle? Blue looks good on you. See this blue pen? Blue looks good on you. See my little book? Because there's different shades of blue. I don't care what color blue you choose. Blue looks good on you. See, even my son, Lance, he got on blue. Bigger, better, greater in blue. Blue looks good on you. Say good morning to the people, Lance. Good morning. See? Y'all say good morning to Lance. Right? So, and I'm rushing through because I'm trying not to be annoyed, and I'm excited because it's 4th Saturday. And we're back on track. And 4th Saturdays do not belong to me. I am so grateful and so humble that this beautiful man of God, who just happens to be my cousin, takes time out of his busy schedule to be with me on this platform. And if y'all didn't learn anything last season, I told you to get pen and paper. I got a whole notebook and a pen because I'm ready. So without further delay, because I need to calm down, because I don't believe people is knocking on my door at 8 o'clock in the morning. So without further delay, I'm going to bring Jamel Lewis up and let him just be free. I have no idea what we're talking about. Sometimes I give him a little, hint. Can we talk about this? Can you expound on this? Can you do? I have no idea. So I suggest you find a way to log on. If you got to come to my house, get here. YouTube is popping. I don't know what's going on with Facebook. But find him. Find him. All right. So without further delay, everybody, let's say good morning to Jamel. Okay, Mel, we can't hear you.
I bet you can now.
I bet you can.
Good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning.
It's good to be with you all after this wonderful sabbatical that we've had over the summer. And it's good to see my cousin smiling, all, all pressing forward in spite of all the obstacles that are on this course.
In
And
15 minutes, Mel, there's no Facebook Live or for something that's going. Is somebody knocking on my door?
yeah. This is we're in strange times, and we don't know it. And if we're not aware that simple things can become complicated when you're in these times. So you have to have the patience to navigate. You have to have the confidence to understand that, we are in good hands. We are divinely supported, divinely guided, and God's got our back. So,
You already preaching and teaching.
hey, hey, listen, this has been a very strange week for me. So I've had to implement those specific tools of patience and confidence, knowing that everything that I have asked for has already presented itself to me. I just have to follow the way that it's going. I may not know, it may be an unfamiliar way, but you just got to follow the way. You've got to be able to go with the flow. And a lot of times we don't go with the flow, and we miss what spirit is saying to us. God is trying to lead us in a certain direction, and we say, no, that's not the way. No, this ain't the way. We don't usually go this way. And God is trying to let us know, I'm taking you the way of the unusual. you know so uh and when you're living in unusual times, you have to take unusual ways. You have to take up unusual strategies. You have to take up unusual plans. You have to allow the spirit to guide you where you must go. Because if you do not, you'll find yourself stuck in a rut. You'll find yourself, uh, how Pop used to say, stuck with the paralysis of analysis. And you're analyzing why isn't it working, and you're stuck because you're standing there trying to figure out why it's not working. And God is trying to tell you, because I'm trying to take you a different way. I'm trying to
Mm.
do something new. And while I'm trying to do something new in you, through you, as you, you're blocking my way because you want the usual. You want the same old, same old. You want to feel comfortable. And we are not in the season of being comfortable. We're in the season of of having our awareness heightened. At least we should be. We should have our awareness heightened so that we can understand and cooperate with the character of the season. This is an unusual season. You have deceit at an all-time high, deception at an all-time high. You have people playing roles and playing parts just to get what they want from you. So the spirit is trying to lead you and guide you into all truth. While he's trying to guide you into all truth, you're trying to hold on to truths of the past. And the reason why we can't hold on to truths of the past is because the world is no longer the way it was.
Right.
So now There are specific instructions for the truths of what this world is today. And when we learn that and embrace it, then we can begin to uh, be divinely guided, divinely supported, divinely navigated, and we just won't go wrong when we allow God to take the wheel, when we allow God to take the reins, when you allow the divine in you to take the reins. You know, we're so used to depending on our human comforts.
You know, I don't know if you saw it or was able to catch the replay from last week, but for the last week and the week before last, when we came back, the premiere of Solid Saturday, God had me to deal with holding patterns. And
Mm,
then last week, he dropped in my spirit that, you know, the story of Noah building the ark.
mm,
Old Sunday school story.
mm,
But God showed me that he was preparing Noah for something that he never experienced before,
mhm,
which
mhm,
was rain. They never
mhm,
had rain before. They
mhm,
had dew. They had the
mhm,
morning dew. So it
mhm,
looked real crazy to the
mhm.
people because God wasn't talking to the people, God was talking to Noah. So expound on that for me.
Well, you know, uh, God was trying to raise the level of Noah's faith while also trying to save his life from his wrath. You know, if we're talking traditionally concerning the story, um, that's what God was trying to do. A lot of times we don't realize that the raising of our faith levels usually comes at points in our lives where we need our lives saved because we don't know that there's impending doom along this route. And God is trying to direct us away from the impending doom by hearing his voice and following his instructions. And that's what happened. You know, uh, God was like, I'm going to raise your faith because you're traveling a route that has impending doom on it. And I have to change the route for you. And many of us don't realize that God is trying to change the route for us. And he'll take us the way of the unfamiliar. He will take us the way of the untraveled road, of the unbeaten path. There's a difference between uh, being a path finder and being a path maker. We make paths. When you're divinely guided, you make paths for other people to follow behind until they find out how to make their own. A lot of times we find other people's paths, and when we find other people's paths, we travel their roads. We go through what they went through, how they went through, and then we're never able to deduce or detect why we have such troubles in our lives because we're traveling on somebody else's road. So we're going to experience what they have experienced on that road. But when God is calling you to be a trendsetter, when God is calling you to be someone to walk the unbeaten path, when God is calling you to do what has not been done before for you, then you should listen because there's something on the path he's trying to get you to either evolve from or to avoid. And a lot of times we don't do it because we feel we need something familiar. But when we can grow out of needing something familiar to just needing God, to just needing that divine direction, things change for us. things move for us, things happen for us. Uh, I know on this show we don't talk politics, you know what I'm saying? And but what I've learned is that I've worn blue for so long and it hasn't done anything for me.
Mm,
So
I
if I
understand.
so if I keep wearing blue and it ain't doing what I needed to do, then blue ain't working for you. It ain't working for me. You know what I'm saying? So we have to take what works for us, whether it's blue, red, and for me, I don't believe in the blue or the red. I believe that this is time to color outside the lines. This is the time to take your economics and put your economics where things work for you so that they will come to you instead of you going to them.
I
And
totally
that's
understand that.
where God has.
And there's a lot of people that feel like that. So it comes down to, and I said it last week, it comes down to the lesser of two evils. You know what I mean?
you know I you know a lot of
But
times,
and then
and I've described it. Go on.
here's my situation with that also. So, and I'm gonna say what you said. Not that I'm attacking you or going against what you
Of course
said.
not. We having a conversation.
But there's a lot of people that feel the way that you feel. The blue ain't working for me, right?
Hmm.
But what are we doing as a people to help the blue work work for us?
Well, there's nothing we can do as a people for the blue to work for us because the blue is a scam.
Really?
I want you to realize they're both scams, both of them. But the blue is more of a scam and a more detriment than anything. I want you to realize what's happening. Over the past 4 years, these are the same people who have taken away people's children, taken away people's homes, and taken away people's jobs because they would not put poison in their veins. They got on TV and they faked it while they watched us take it for real and then watched us drop from myocarditis, drop from cancer rates rising, drop from heart attacks while they just raking in the money because the stocks that they poured into were all of the companies that were making that poison. I want you to realize these are the same people who these are the same people who say let your children have sex changes without your authorization under the age of 13. That's them. These are the same people who have books in our schools in parts of the country that speak on pedophilia. Our children are reading books to accept pedophilia. Our children are reading books that are saying that it's okay to speak to strangers, sit on strangers' laps, and do things with strangers, adult strangers. This is administration. If I want you to realize that all of these things and more, the blue does not have any Christian values, but all the preachers are voting for blue. So what does that say about the preachers? What does that say about the pastors? Politically, we're being led astray, and now spiritually, we're being led astray. We're looking at the great falling away, and we don't even know it. We don't even see it. We don't even see it. They're coming for our children. They believe in depopulation. Like Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? They brought in, they literally brought in 15 million more immigrants illegally. They were flying them in on planes. They brought them in to replace the black vote. They did that. This administration to replace the black vote. But then they say this is a black woman. Oh, her father was Jamaican. But they don't tell you that the man was literally of Irish descent. And he lived in Jamaica. He was born in Jamaica, so he was Jamaican, but he was literally an Irishman. Who, and that family line owned thousands of slaves.
I need you to run for office because this is amazing.
It Politics is corrupt.
Yeah, well,
And now,
that's always been true.
yeah, and now
They
we've
they they
and we've
present what
allowed,
you they present what they want you to hear.
and we've allowed politics into the church. So now church has become corrupt. And that's where we are now. Now we are at the remnant. You know what I'm saying? Now, I've watched the media paint all types of narratives concerning whoever did not agree with the people who were in power. And we're looking at it happen in our faces and we're denying it as it happens. Uh, our mayor spoke against this administration and the way that they're doing this immigrant situation. And you know what happened? Set up city. Part of that was also his arrogance. There was some arrogance there that made him think he could do things that he thought he could do that his skin color did not give him the permission to do. So there was some arrogance there. But there was also the fact of, you know, it's also the fact of, oh, you gonna come against us. We gonna shut you down. They did it to him. They did it to Cuomo. When Cuomo started saying, you can't let you gotta let people have a choice when taking that poison. Let them have a choice. And they said no. And they got him right out of office quickly.
Quickly.
Trump,
Quickly. Hey,
I want you to
Jermaine.
see, I want you to see about Trump. All of a sudden, he's a racist when he runs for president. But all before he ran, he was never a racist. This is the same man that funded Jesse Jackson's run for president. This is the same man who multiple million-dollar companies, before they were million-dollar companies and startups, black men that came to him and said, we need some money and we don't know how we're going to do it. We don't know how we're going to make it happen. And the banks won't lend to us. He lent them the money. And then when they brought back the money, the IOUs to him, he tore up the IOUs and said, go do business. He was thoroughly entrenched all through hip hop. Thoroughly. And what we hold over his head is, well, the Central Park Five. But anybody who sees a woman be attacked in that manner and has been led astray by media, once again, media led people astray because they didn't have the whole story. So media led them astray. And in turn, in leading them astray, he came up with the, oh no, y'all got to get them out of here. Fry those boys. Anybody with good sense who was tricked by the media would have said that because of the atrocity that was committed against that woman. That wasn't a racist situation. So here we are. And my thing, we as people, we as black people, and I am not a Trump supporter. I don't support either one. I support putting your economics in the right place and making things work for you. When we as a people begin to shift this economy, everything will start to follow wherever, whatever, and however we do it. But we got to wake up. We're too busy. We're too busy falling for the same old stuff every year. Every year we fall for the same stuff. And my thing is, again, God is trying to take us on the unbeaten path. He's trying to take us the way that it don't feel comfortable. We want to be comfortable. We want the convenience of comfort. We are not in comfortable times. We are where there are wars and rumors of wars. We want to be comfortable. We want to see a black face. I don't care if you black, white, blue, green. What are your policies?
Yeah.
What are your and are your policies for me? Because in this situation, we've seen you. We see you're giving $20,000 a month to immigrants.
And here I am fighting for disability. I don't understand.
$20,000. Listen, $20,000 a month, and and you as a candidate are backed by BlackRock. You work for BlackRock. BlackRock is buying up all of the homes. In turn, them buying up all the homes, the government makes vouchers for people who are immigrants. And you say, because you're new to this country, we're going to give you homes. Where were the homes for the black people? Where were the homes for the disenfranchised here of this country? White, black, blue, green, whatever color. You have entered, you've brought in a whole new voting base, and you've canceled us out. You know what I'm saying? This is the work, this is how the enemy works. If you don't do what the enemy of your soul desires, he will funnel in those who will to X you out. These are not new tricks, these are not new tactics, but we want to be comfortable. We want to see blackface. And the thing is, just because the face is brown doesn't mean that the experience is black. You talk
Wow.
about I come from a middle class family, and you're lying to our faces. Because the truth of the matter is you did not come from a middle class family. You came from wealth because your family owned thousands of slaves. You came from wealth. You lied about who your grandmother was. You lied about who this person was. And people are finding the birth certificates saying this ain't matching up. You lied about this. What's going on here, miss? So, it leaves us in a place. It leaves us in a place where now, because we'd rather be comfortable than uncomfortable. Do you see it? Do you see how the country feels when he talks the way he talks? Truth has a way of making you feel uncomfortable until you deal with the lie. And when someone has been uh, almost assassinated twice, I'm gonna let it all out. What's up? I'm gonna let it all hang out. I ain't got nothing to lose. If you get me, you get me. But you are after me. Two assassination attempts. That's very interesting to me. And the Secret Service got it wrong both times.
Both times.
The people that the government gave to you, the same government that is being ran by your opponents. Interesting. And the truth of the matter is that if he makes it into office, they're going to do everything in their power to make sure that whatever changes he wants to implement can be mitigated. If she makes it into office, look, this we're in this administration right now. Everybody's so caught up on Diddy. Everybody's so caught up on what Diddy did and don't realize that they are out there right now on the same day that Diddy was doing what he got it when they indicted him, the same day they were signing world new world order stuff to make sure that we function as a one world government the same day. Bait and switch. And they do it all the time. It's the
They
same
do it
tactic.
all the time.
It's the same tactic.
They do
If
it
you do
all the
not go,
time.
yes, if you don't go again, if you do not go with what the government is pushing, then they make it their business to snuff you out. You mean to tell me that the CEO of Cash App was murdered and then the government gets to take over his Cash App? You mean to tell me that all these thousands of CEOs are stepping down at the same time? That says to me that they know something we don't.
Exactly.
So we've been fooled because we want to feel good. We don't want to feel, yes, there's racial tensions in the country. Feel it and heal it. You cannot heal what you do not feel. That is the
True.
purpose of pain. Pain is there to alert you to what is wrong so you can fix what is wrong. We want to feel, no, 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 we're all good here. We're all good here. Your ear falling off. Oh, I'm all good. Ain't nothing going on. Your leg falling off. We want to live in a state of denial. And what troubles me is that the church is in the same place now. The church lives in a state of denial. And the church has been weaponized against the people. Politics has been weaponized against the people.
Yeah.
Women have been weaponized against men.
Yeah.
Every cause is being co-opted by these businesses and businessmen and multi-billion dollar people. Every cause. I want you to see that. And when they take these causes over, they weaponize them against us. I want y'all to see. Listen, there have always been gay people. Always.
Always.
Gay people always wanted just to live and be left alone and so they can live like everybody else. Right? Now it's a whole different situation because it's been weaponized. Now it's LGBTQIA, all of that stuff. And it's been weaponized against people. If you say something against or you disagree with, guess what? You're on their hit list. The same can be said about the Jewish community. It's been weaponized against us. And if you say anything or disagree with anything that that the Jews feel, and it's a certain and it's not the Orthodox Jew. Let me let that be known. It's not the Orthodox Jew. It is it is those sets of Jews that even the Jews are saying they're not Jewish.
Wow.
And the truth of the matter is they'll label you anti-Semitic when you say or disagree with anything of what the Jews are saying. The Jews that are in power, I should say, are saying. And my thing is, it's impossible for anybody of my color to be anti-Semitic because Semitic is black. I am the bloodborn. You are the convert. And we have allowed the convert to control the dictates of the bloodborn. Until we get up and do what is necessary for us as a people, whether it be church, politics, or religion, whatever your religion, whatever your ideology, whether whether you be gay, straight, until we get up and snatch back the truth and purity of our cause from the hands of a crooked establishment, we're always going to be at each other's throats. There'll
Whew.
never be peace. You wonder why the church is going crazy and there ain't no peace in the churches? Because they've given up their power for grants and secular money. And now you can't say what needs to be said because you're controlled. Your narrative is controlled by a government, by businesses. And if you say it, they'll tear your church apart. They'll tear your character apart. And because we can't keep our zippers up and our dresses down, guess what? We find ourselves in precarious situations.
Whew. Those of you who are tuning in, this is the fourth Saturday's edition of Solid Saturday with JAMEL Lewis. And I told you I didn't know what was going to be said, but I'm glad he said it.
Yes, sir.
But like you said, I try not to deal with the religious, political stuff, but this is
Hmm.
stuff that we need to hear, nevertheless, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it gives us thank you. So thank you, um, for sharing insight on what's not being shared in the media.
yeah.
Um, Jamel been with us for some time, and we have a lot of new viewers. Jamel studies. Jamel studies, and his information is factual. You can Google it. You can look it up if you don't believe. But it's he. So when I have concerns or I hear something or something that I call Jamel, I'm like, what's your take on this? Because I know he studies and I know he stays before God. And he's going to do what he's just been doing for the last 30 minutes. So it's just this election year is important. And I'm glad you filled in a lot of blanks. There was some wows on here. There was some agreements on here. I try to post them, but it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. If you're gonna share your truth, share your truth. You know,
Yeah.
um, just like with the whole background thing. It's possible because it was for me. My family, my original family name is Legs, Leggs, but because of the slave trade, it was switched to Stevenson, which is of Irish descent. So it's yeah, it's possible. It's legit. So I'm supposed to be Cherise Legs right now, but I'm not. I'm Cherise
Hmm.
Stevenson.
Hmm.
And there
Hmm.
you have it. It is what it is.
But
Black
that's
History
how.
moment.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you're going to tell the truth, then tell the truth.
And that's my thing. Um, when the politician won't tell the truth, and the preacher joins the politician, and then the preacher don't want to tell the truth, what good is the salt if the salt has lost its flavor?
Yeah.
What what good is the salt? And if we are supposed to be the salt of the earth, sweet salt and light, light and salt, is that we're supposed to be light and we're supposed to be the salt, but there's no flavor to our salt anymore because we have become bought and sold. We have become too lazy just to look stuff up, dig deep, and you're digging deep for something that's going to affect your life. You just can't. But you cannot. It's amazing that the same way. that the Jews in Nazi Germany were fooled. It's the same way we're being fooled here. It's the same playbook, the very same playbook. Propaganda. When you have people fact checking one person but won't fact check the other, and the person that they fact checked, when you really study it, you found out that everything that man was saying was the truth and everything she was saying was a lie. It was blowing my mind. It was blowing my mind watching it. And just watching people just be so gung ho, just like, that's right. I'm like, y'all, it's really that easy to fool y'all? It's really that just have a skin color. Just have a skin color. Just look. And what did the Bible tell us? It said you have the form, but you do not have the power. We so caught up in forms. We're so caught up in the look of instead of the substance of. When you hear the woman talk, it's like listening to someone who's had a stroke. It we can't see that. Just listen to her talk. Never answering a question. Just giving you a bunch of stuff, a stuff to deflect, a stuff to send you on. Like, and the preachers have become the same way. They never give you a direct answer. They just talk and talk and talk and talk.
So let me say this about answering questions. I just for either party, just in general, just just on the debates. I feel like, I mean, you want to know their thoughts, and you want to know their plans, right? But can they really answer the questions though? Like, I struggle with that. Nobody answered the questions, because if they say they're gonna do this, right? Let's say I'm gonna get the gas down to $1 a gallon,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And they're trying to get the gas down to $1, but because of Congress and the votes and the legislation that goes on behind the office in the office, they're not able to get the gas down to $1. So now that's being held accountable. They're being held accountable for not being able to get the gas down to $1.
Well,
So
that's
do you think that they're choosing what they say to
no,
avoid accountability?
no. She does not know politics. The way you have to research how she got where she got. Research it. She didn't get there because of know-how. And I know we want to say, oh, she's a smart black woman that went to HBCU. HBCUs ain't been HBCUs almost ever. Because if you research all the HBCUs, all of them, all of them, they are Jewish ran. Secondly, you can just research how she made it to where she made it, and you will see that there was a whole lot of funny business going on for her to get where she got. She didn't get there through education. She didn't get there through know-how, and you can hear it when she speaks. If a politician tells you Trump, this was the funny thing. He showed exactly when he was in office the first time. The very first day he was in office, day one, he immediately bypassed all the bull crap. And what did he do? Signed an executive order. Signed another executive order. Signed another one. And another one. And another one. And another one. Another one bites the dust. He and so that lets you know that there is power for the president to do so. But if you have power without the intention of doing good for the people, you won't. You'll just keep talking and just keep saying stuff. And then you go as far as to start stealing your opponent's talking points. You didn't believe in the wall 4 years ago. Now you believe in the wall. You didn't believe in the wall just a year ago. Just this year, you was funneling all of these immigrants in. They were flying them in on planes. Look at the inflation of our country. We can hardly pay our bills and eat while they're getting $20,000 a month. 20,000 times 12 is what? They're living and getting and buying homes. They just admitted, the administration just admitted the other day that they let in close to 100,000 sex offenders, murderers, killers. These countries was emptying out their jails and sending them here. That's why when you look in Colorado, parts of Colorado are being taken over. They're trying to take over parts of Chicago. Like, this is actually happening. It's actually happening. And it's happening under this administration. When Homeboy was in office, I hated when he was president because I was buying everything the media said. And then when I started really studying it this time around, and I realized that the HBCUs that we think are black, he literally saved the HBCUs by signing a bill. He signed another bill that a prison reform bill. He pardoned mad black people, black rappers. He pardoned, like, do you know, under this administration, we just let this man die a few days ago, an innocent man.
Yeah.
Do we know that Kamala, when she was a prosecutor, she had an innocent man who was on death row, had all the information to let him go, and refused to give up the information? She was trying to wait it out until he died, until he got killed. And it was the courts that forced her to give up the information because they knew she had the information and knew she was trying to get that innocent man killed. She pipelined 1,900 black men through the prison system on allegations of marijuana smoking when that was just a ticket. She has never been for black men, black people, ever. But all of a sudden she's black. I mean, come on. What 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 are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Again, they took away people's children because they would not get that poison in their arm. They took away houses and jobs. That happened under them. How soon we forget? And we empower those that enslave us. The brainwashing is strong. The conditioning is strong because we believe what the media is posing to us. Look up what the word media means. Look up the etymology of the word media, and you'll be very surprised and very shocked. It will tell you exactly what it is. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The church claims they out here winning souls, and the soul that they need to win is their own. Because we are literally in the great falling away right now, and we don't see it. We don't see it.
Whew.
We just dancing, shouting, snotting, crying. All none of that mean nothing. What about your actions? What about your behaviors? Get your behaviors in check. You voting for a woman that is championing abortion so hard that she literally has it at her rallies. They have abortion centers at the rallies. If you're going to have sex, at least be responsible enough to take whatever may come out of it. If you get a child, you get a child. Raise the child. Be responsible. We've lost the ability to be responsible because we want pleasure. At some point, you got to realize that we have lost our way. We're championing abortions as women's rights. It's also a woman's right to make responsible choices. And then you lie and say he's saying that he wants abortions across the board, and he literally said hundreds of times, I will not make any decisions on that. I want to leave that up to the states. Let the people vote it out. Whatever your state is, let them vote it out. If you want it in your state, then you vote for it in your state. Do it in the local elections. We would rather believe a lie than the truth. That's what the scriptures say. And we are in those times. We would rather believe a lie than the truth. I just watched this man the other day talk about we have to restore Christian values into our country. We have to bring people back. He said, I know y'all looking for a savior. He said, I'm not it. That's not me. There is already a savior. Y'all know who he is. It's the man upstairs. This is what this man is saying at his rally. What's going on with you preachers? What's going on with you preachers? Is it that y'all making so many babies that y'all need the abortions to be happening because they ain't coming from your wife? What's going on with you preachers? What's going on with you preachers? Taking the power to let a child make a decision that'll totally change their lives without any supervision. What's going on with you preachers? They're coming for our kids. What's going on with you? Church, what's going on with you? Remember you used to sing in true worship? Get right, church, and let's go home.
Yes.
We can never make it to home base because we won't get right. You can never experience the joy of the heaven that's in you because you won't make things right. You want to live by the pleasure principle, but you don't want to live by the sacrifice principle. That's all I got to say.
Whew. That's a lie. But it's 9 o'clock. It's a little after 9. This was such an eye opener. For me, and according to these comments, for some folk too. So listen, first, thank you all for still hanging in there with me, trying to get this technology and stuff right. I actually, even though I was live on my phone, I had to log out and log back in for it to come up live. So all of you who tuned in late, thank you. And thank you for just waiting it out with me. Uh whew, that's heavy. That was a heavy conversation, and I'm glad we had it. I'm glad we had it.
Yeah.
I'm glad we had it. So this is what we do on fourth Saturdays. Maybe not this heavy, but Jamel is with us every fourth Saturday. Next week, we will be back in the book. Those of you who have the book, we are picking up with week 14. So we will be week 14. We will be back in the book. All right. Y'all had enough time to get yourselves together and realize that we are back on Saturdays at 8 a.m. All right. So Jamel. Listen, real talk. Keep Jamel Lewis in prayer. Cover him with prayer. If you know anything about this AI stuff, whether you have a Siri or Alexa or whatever, if you have any kind of device, it picks up on what you're saying. I could be talking to somebody. I could be talking about Tiffany's or something I saw in Tiffany's. And next thing I know, I'll get a promo on my phone from a Facebook ad about Tiffany's. It's weird. It's picking up sounds and signs of what we're saying. And you better believe this platform today, this conversation today is being picked up in the airways through the AI. So please, I'm asking you, join me in covering Jamel Lewis in prayer. Thank you again, all of you. Jamel, you know you are day one. I love you. I love your concept. I love your
I
thought
love
and
you, Chris.
theory. I
Thank you.
absolutely love it. So, because it's after hours, he will be with us next month. If you miss him, he's on YouTube. These recordings are on YouTube. We talk about a lot of stuff, a lot of different stuff, however the Lord leads. Okay. Thank you again for being here with us.
My pleasure. My
Until next
pleasure.
week, y'all stay safe, stay encouraged. And next week, we'll be back in the book, y'all. All right? Mwah. I love y'all. Stay safe, stay encouraged. Bye.